Well guys, today we're going to be working on the Mahle Clevite motor here, and these are Mahle pistons in this motor, and I've had PolyDyn coat these pistons, and today we're going to be installing the ARP head studs in this Cummins here, and then I've got the head gaskets over here. I only need one head gasket, but I'm going to show you what the deal is with these head gaskets here. So this head gasket right here is a 20, this one here is stock, and this head gasket right here is a 10. So we're going to be running this 10 head gasket right here since we've already decked the block at 7 thousandths. So other than that, we're going to install this ARP head stud kit here, and just got this in the mail the other day. I hadn't had time to work on this project or order parts for it, so I've got some help today, and Michael here is going to be helping me. He don't really want to be on the camera, but he don't have much of a choice if he's going to be in here helping me. So anyway guys, we're going to get rolling here and kick back and relax. Well, I'm going to show you guys here what I'm going to do with this Victor Ryan's head gasket here, and I've got some spray that I'm going to use here, and this is a copper head gasket spray. It's made by Permatex, and anytime I've ever installed a head gasket, I always use a copper spray on the head gasket. It's not required on the head gaskets, but I've always used it and I like it. I've never had a head gasket fail on me yet. Well guys, I got the spray on the head gasket here now, and the next step we're going to do is install this Cummins head. And that'll be the last time you see these ceramic coated pistons here, guys. And of course the bearings are coated in this motor here as well, and PolyDyn done the coatings, and Mahle Clevite has furnished the parts. Well guys, we're going to install some head studs here, and we're going to use this ultra high torque fastener assembly lube here, and on all these studs here we're just going to put just a dab on the ends of the bolts, and then we're going to go back and do the same with the nuts and washers. It says here to be sure to use it on the washers because of the amount of friction. So anyway, we'll get all this on all these bolts, and as you can see, there's a bunch of them, so I'm not going to bore you with all this. I'm just going to put some of this shit here on this here, and then screw them down into the block, guys, hand tight. So anyway guys, I'm putting some assembly lube on the top of these push rods here, and I've already got all the head studs hand tight and then the nuts hand tight. We're going to come back and put the rocker arms on next, and then get them hand tight, and then we're going to go through the torque procedure. And of course on the bolts and nuts here for the ARP head studs, you got to use that assembly lube in between the nuts and the bolts and on the threads of the nuts, so everything's got plenty of lube on everything there. So next here I'm going to set these rocker arms on, and I'm putting assembly lube on the backs of the valve stems here. This shit right here is worse than KY. Probably wondering why I'm wearing these gloves. You get this on your hands, it'll stay on there for a little while. And this Lucas assembly lube is some really good stuff. I like it a lot better than that Luber plate. And then we'll get some zinc break-in additive made by Lucas. Whenever we put the first oil in this, put that break-in oil at Zinc Plus, and then go from there. I'm going to grab these push rods here, these rocker arms here, and of course, even though I put it on both sides here, I'm just going to put a dab there and there. Next guys, on these bolts that came from ARP here for these rocker arms, I'm putting some assembly lube on these. I'm going to drop these down into place here. Before you go to torquing your rocker arms up here, where this head bolt comes through right here, just make sure you're flush down there at the bottom and popped into place like that there, and then you ought to not be able to move it around. So if they're not popped into place and you go to torquing things up, you're going to have one hell of a problem later on. Now guys, we're going to hand tighten these little rocker arm bolts down here. And as far as it goes with the for the valve adjustment, me and Michael, we've backed all the rocker arms off, so there's going to be no pressure on it when we do torque these bolts down here. And then after we get all the bolts torqued down, then we'll come back and set our valve lash on all these valves here. So anyway, I'll skip to the next part here, guys, and we'll start torquing these down next here. So we're going to go through here and check, make sure everything's 125 pounds one last time, and then we'll get to work on the setting the valves in, guys. So these little bolts here torque down to 25 pounds, and he's just double checking, make sure that they're torqued good and everything. And then next we'll go to setting our valve lash, guys. So guys, we get all the valves and everything set here now. So intake set at 10 and the exhaust was 20.
Thank you, Wally. Should be doing all the driving for sure then, because we go down the road one day over there getting me some beer. Sucking on that titty. On the beer. You know it?
We're going to have to take a break for a minute, guys. Oh, there ain't no mad cow disease, god dang it. I'm going to put you in the video back there, you keep on laughing. Anyway, this is going to be my dash cover, guys, and this came from overseas there. That's why they're laughing about mad cow disease coming from overseas, but you know how that goes. Michael over there laughing and damn Rob over there laughing. But anyway, yeah, this is going to be my dash cover, guys, so it turned out pretty cool to get this piece of art here, and like I said, that dash is going to be pretty awesome. What do you think, Rob? I told you he's going to be on YouTube today, buddy. Alright guys, we'll see you later. Thanks for watching. If you haven't had the chance to subscribe, and we'll see you later.